Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today let's go over another premium medium question in the database category that I just solved on my own. So again, I'm really glad that I was able to come up with my own solution to this question without any assistance, and I thought it was pretty straightforward. So let me show you how I did it. This one's called Find Peak Calling Hours for Each City. Okay, so basically, what they want you to do is to write a solution to find the peak calling hour for each city, basically looking at the hour. So you want to find how many caller IDs there are. We don't even care about the recipient ID column. So let's go ahead and do that. So for I, see, and enumerate calls, call time. So again, we're concerned about the hour itself and also the city, right? Because we want to find the peak calling hour for each city. So let's call this cur is string c dot split. This is a date time data type. So you want 1 and then up to 2 because that's just going to give you this. And then we want to have a dictionary to store all the caller IDs. So even duplicates count. So basically we can just say d of cur along with this is supposed to be the primary key, calls city of I, and we want to append the caller ID of I. Okay, so let's go ahead and print our dictionary. Default dict of type list. Yep. Okay, so spelled wrong. Okay, cool. So you can see 22, Houston has 3. Houston has 3 number of calls. New York has, if we expand this, 1 call here and 1 call here for hour 13 and hour 14. You can't see it right here, but that's 14. Okay, so cool. So we're on the right track. Basically, we want to get for each city the biggest size. So if you observe the example, that's what it is. So let's call this dd is default dict of type integer because we just want to record the length of the longest list. Okay, so for k and d for each city, we're just going to say dd of k of 1 is max of k of 1 and length of dk, and let's print dd. Cool. So Houston 3, New York 1. So we want to include, so you notice that 21 isn't included because this is not of length 3 because we only want the biggest. And so now we just have to gather the results. So basically the peak calling hour is important. So for K and D, if length of DK is equal to dd of k of 1, because we're still looking at this. So in that case, we can just go ahead and say we want to print the city itself, which is just going to be k of 1, and then also the peak calling hour, which is k of 0. So just looking at this dictionary we created up here. And then we also want the number of calls, which is just dd of k of 1, or the length of this. The same thing because it's the maximum, right? That's the only reason we're recording it. So, okay, so let's print this. Okay, cool. So you can see there we have the correct answer. So now we just gather our results. K1, K0, dd of k of 1. And let's print answer. Okay, cool. So now, last but not least, we have to sort by the peak calling hour. So column 1 and then the city in descending order. So we're just going to say answer.sort key equals to lambda x colon x1, so the peak calling hour, and then the city x0, and then all this in reverse order. Okay, so let's print this, or let's run this. Okay, what happened? Okay, cool. So now we basically have our results, and we can just make the 3 columns. A0, A1, and A2. Okay, make an empty data frame, standard stuff, city, peak calling hour, number of calls equals to 1. So setting each column. Number of calls is 3. And then let's just return this data frame and run it. Okay, wrong answer. Okay, this looks like it's supposed to be an integer, so let's do that. Okay, run it. Okay, submit it. And there you go, passes all test cases. Again, I'm really glad that I was able to come up with my own solution to this question without any help and solve it on my own. So, yep, that's it for this video. Thank you for watching and stay tuned for more.